I was diagnosed in July of 2014, but that was after 6 months of misdiagnosed. So I've been sick for a while. But before that, loved to sing. I've just started my own business right before I was diagnosed, and things were great. And then all of a sudden things weren't great. And it was a big life change. I was always a glass half full person. This journey's challenged that part of me. I mean, it's been really hard to keep that upbeat, positive attitude. I know I'm killing this. I know I'm moving forward. They say sometimes the treatment's worse than the disease as you go through this part of it. And you deal with all these different things. I got this hernia from surgery and all the things that are additional things that you have to deal with. You don't really think about those. You're like, I'm killing cancer. Well, and you're dealing with all the things that come with that. And you got a side effect from this, and then you have a side effect from what you took to fix that. So many pills. Cancer also took my hearing. So I've got hearing aids. I already had a little bit of a hearing loss because either it was from birth or it's from being a lead singer in a rock and roll band for too long, but carboplatin and cisplatin drugs are really bad for hearing loss. And since I was starting cisplatin, it's the worst of the hearing loss drugs. They sent me to an audiologist and he said, you really need to start wearing hearing aids. It's not gonna get better, it's only gonna get worse over time. So it was the treatment. I love life. I live super loud and have a lot of fun, and married to my wife for about 8 years, but we've been together for about 20. And we have kids, and my son just started college, and before I got diagnosed, he was in high school, and that was probably the hardest discussion I've ever had. Michael is my wife's son from a previous marriage. He doesn't live at home. He's a grown-up. He's in his 20s. It's hard to tell him as well, but Julian was still in high school, and it was a tough road from there. And we, from the very beginning, said, this is going to be a difficult journey, but it's not going to kill me, and cancer will be in the boat with us, but it will never drive the boat. It will never be, we won't live our life around cancer. It'll be something we have to do on the side. And so we really kept an upbeat, positive attitude about it, and he sort of took his lead from us. He was all about sort of being involved. And the only time it got really difficult is when, over Thanksgiving, he was home from school, so he went to the infusion center with me. And he had some trouble after that. He really started having some stomach aches and really a lot of stress, and we finally figured out that's what it was. Sat down and had a conversation and said, yeah, it's scary, but we're gonna be honest with you, and right now, we're on the right path. Things are good. So you need to not worry about it, let us worry about it. And it was better after that. But it was a hard thing for him to go see. I had surgery to get some lymph nodes removed back in September and did another 6 months of chemo, and it's all gone, baby. I got a clean scan last week, so very, very excited about that. Scanxiety is a real thing, and I don't care if you have been clean for 10 years, you still panic when you go for a scan. You just do. And you're laying on that table and you're just panicked about what they're gonna see in there, and we're all trying to read like the technician. Are they like happy? Are they scared? Are they trying, tell me something with your eyes, dude. No, you get nothing from them. This last one for me was super important because they took out the last of what they knew was there. And then I did a really strong, just like frontline chemo again for 6 months. So if I had cancer on that scan, that would have been pretty bad news. And everybody talks about this, about ovarian cancer, but apparently not loudly enough, because it is really important to understand what the symptoms are and to know your body. And if I had really known what the symptoms were, I sure would have jumped on that sooner. So I think we all have a responsibility, all, not women, not just women with cancer. Women, men, all of us have a responsibility to talk about these symptoms. But we gotta talk about it because too many women are dying from ovarian cancer, and it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop.